Hello there, welcome to another Ramble review, and today we're looking at Savage Halloween. The simple but funny plot here is that there's a DJ vampire who's doing a party for Halloween, and is tired of every time Halloween's finished, him and his, party group has to go back to their world. So he closes the gate, and so they can party forever. Uh, Not everyone's happy about this, and this is where our three characters come in. We have a pumpkin guy, we have a dog turned werewolf, and we got a vampire girl who happens to be the daughter of said DJ vampire. They're basically like, screw this, we want to go back home, so we're gonna stop this party. And that's the basic plot of the fucking game. It matches perfectly with the rest of the tone of the game. The gameplay here is pretty straightforward. It's a 2D platformer shooter, and you got three characters to pick from, which are the characters as mentioned, which is the pumpkin guy, the werewolf dog, and the vampire chick. As you go around shooting everybody, you pick up new guns as well. So you have your typical infinite ammo, regular, pistol or assault rifle. I really can't tell. You have your spread gun, which is bats. You have your ghost bullets, which is you shoot a bullet and the ghost keeps going back and forth, so it like defends you in a way. You have a frog bullet, which is you shoot and the frog arches, and it also could slide and hit enemies around the corners. You got I guess it's a rubber chicken or it's a regular chicken that blows up. I can't tell. And then you have your special bullet. The special bullet is basically each character has their own different one. So the pumpkin guy has one where he throws like a grenade, and then when it blows up, another one comes out and it hits whoever's near. The werewolf is this claw that goes through a bunch of enemies. And the vampire chick is actually really unique too, is when she uses it, if she's low on health and her bats hit anything, it regains her health, which is actually pretty damn cool. This again makes the characters feel different one another. And what also makes them feel different is they handle a little bit differently. So for example, the werewolf guy is a little slower and can't jump as high, but he could take much more damage. And the vampire chick is much more faster and can leap and even like glide. But when she gets hit hard. But that vampire special bullet kind of helps with that. You'll be going through 7 visually distinct levels. It was really fun going through these, as each of them, well, look different one and then have a theme. So you got a Frankenstein's castle, you got a creepy circus, you got a swamp, and you got like a ice level and so on and so forth. They all should feel pretty quick. Each level is probably about 15 to 20 minutes depending, I guess, on your skill. So you're looking probably overall at like an hour and a half to 2 hours of solid fun gameplay. Each level also, not each level, but some of the levels have a mini boss and a final boss. Some of them even have 2 mini bosses and a final boss. And those are fun to take down too, and their designs are really cool and stand out. Nothing feels samey in this game. The most samey thing that happens is the regular grunts that have like the hoodies. You'll see them in every level, but they still look different and have different attacks. And some of the enemies you face in here are actually pretty creative. I mean, I never thought I would see Santa Claus with a chain gun. Like that was like, wow. So that was like, oh my God, that is so freaking cool. And like the werewolf boss you face has boxing gloves. You face a Frankenstein's monsters, a giant head. It's all really fucking cool and very, very fun. What's also great is that even though this game has like a NES look to it, it doesn't share the cheapness of some of the old NES games. This game does have some challenge, but it always feels fair. You never get frustrated or annoyed when you're playing through. And if you died, it's not that big of a deal. The game is really plentiful with checkpoints. You always gaining lives. There's enough to go around. Yeah, you can always restart if you feel like you're fucking up, and it'll restart from the last new area you came from within the new stage you went in. So, and again, it never feels cheap or annoying or bullshitty. The most I can say is that kind of falls into that, or when you're in the circus level, there's this fuse that if you don't get to the bottom in time, it blows up and kills you. But you'll get used to it and easily get past it. What I also like is the gameplay does mix things up here and there. I mean, you'll be running, shooting, climbing ladders most of the time, but there are certain sections that changes things up, such as you'll be on a flying broom and it'll turn to a shump shooter, where you gotta shoot behind and forward you, watch out for the bullets. um, or you'll be in the snow level and you'll snowboard and have to jump things. It kind of reminds me of Battletoads, but just not that awfully cheap and bad. This is actually the good version of that. But yeah, it does things like that going through the 7 stages, and it helps keep things fresh. The game also being called Savage Halloween, I think captures that Halloweeniness. I mean, the core plot is about Halloween, and there's, you know, the monsters and creatures and how the guns or bullets or whatever you want to label them, how they work. You know, you got ghosts and bats and like creepy frogs and stuff like that. And I guess killer chickens, that's Halloweeny, I guess. And hell, one of the characters is a fucking pumpkin guy. So it doesn't feel like it's just called Savage Halloween and then like nothing's Halloweeny at all. It's just a fucking name. No, I think it embraces it fully, which is also great. And also good for, I guess, for the Halloween season. If you want to play something that's pretty old school, that you don't have to put too much time to it and embraces the holiday itself. Another good thing is you could quit whenever you feel like it. Like, for example, I beat the first 2 stages and I kind of wanted to stop because I had to go somewhere. And at first I thought it didn't save, that you have to do it in one run, but thankfully that's not the case at all. Whatever stage you last beat will be completed. And even if you complete all the stages, you could replay any of them if you want to, with any of the characters at all. It's not like locked to specific characters. If you want to pick the pumpkin guy or want to choose a different level, you can do so as well. So you don't feel like locked to it. One of the things that I'm kind of sad that it didn't have, which was online co-op. It has local co-op. You know, if someone's next to you, or you could try playing share play. But I really would have liked this game had some online co-op to play with a friend that isn't next to you. If you want more challenge, there is a hard mode where it's basically Contra rule. Basically, you get hit once and you're dead. There goes your free man. So if you want that extra challenge, the game does have it. The music here is also very catchy. You can find yourself humming it while you're playing and even when you're done. When it comes to replay value, there isn't much. Like I said, you could replay any of the stages you want with any of the characters, and you could play through the game with a hard difficulty, but that's really it. Though that aside, this game is still a hell of a lot of fun. I feel like it captures the Halloween spirit, so then the name justifies itself. And so if you want something that's quick, fun, and captures the Halloween spirit, this is it. So I hope you didn't mind my ramble, and for gamer's sake, keep gaming.